Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new episode in Arizona Adventure Park. We are in episode 28 and we are starting with this beautiful overview of our huge zoo that it is now. In the last episode we built our rhino house, the gift shop and the beautiful rhino savanna. And in this episode, we are going to continue with the building at our lakeside with building some kind of a cafe or a little restaurant. And with a beautiful view at the rhinos and the lake. And our next habitat that's going to come in this episode, which is going to be a small little habitat for the Aldabra giant tortoises. But first of all, we're going to have another look at our beautiful white rhinos. I really love those animals and they are looking so amazing in the game. And with the Thompson gazelle in that habitat, I'm really happy how the whole thing looks. But yeah, let's begin with building our next guest facility, with building the beautiful cafe at the lake for our guests. I chose to build it in the same style as we built the gift shop because I wanted this to be something like, like a beach walk or something like that, with the lake in the background, and give it a little expansive and luxurious look, I guess. That's what I was going for. So I once again chose the white concrete, and for the floor in the inside, I just can't remember which floor we used for the gift shop, but I guess it was also concrete. I wanted to have a wooden structure on the ground of that, and I chose these wooden wooden floor. These Usually these are wall pieces, these wooden wall pieces, and I colored them black, to give it just a little bit of a contrast and something like an expansive look. On the outside, we also have we are planning to have a seating area for our guests, and I wanted to have it a little bit more rustic, with those temple pieces, so that we are having some kind of a stone terrace. And you also see I did the pathwork here, but don't worry, I deleted it afterwards because it didn't work out the way I wanted it. I couldn't place as much seating areas in the inside and on the outside as I wanted. No, on the outside it's not true. On the inside I couldn't place as much seating areas as I wanted, so I deleted it and put it down anew. Yeah, and that makes me think, I hope I don't forget it. I have to go back into the zoo, because as I said, I deleted the path and put it down once more with choosing the raster option. And I guess I forgot to connect the path to the counters. So our guests are able to go in, are able to sit at the tables, but they won't be able to buy any food or drinks. That's a little problem. I have to go back in there and check on that, but I guess I forgot about that. And I guess I disconnected the whole thing. I have to check that. Yeah, so I'm doing a little work on the counters for our shop here, for our cafe here. Nothing very spectacular. It's just for you to see that it could be very easy to do some custom work on at these counters. You just have to put down some wooden planks and some wall pieces underneath, and there you are. Looks nice and tidy. And the next thing I was going to do, yeah, here we are, the pathwork. Yeah, and you can already see I didn't connect the counters. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so I'm going back to that. Yeah, the next thing was placing those seating areas, those tables for our guests. I chose these big wooden ones on the inside and some smaller ones, the African ones for the outside, because they are pretty small and you could place some more of them. If I chose the same that we had in the inside, it would have been only possible to place like 2 or 3 on the terrace, and I definitely wanted to have more of them on the outside. Because we are in Arizona, the weather is most of the time pretty great and pretty warm and sunny, and I assume that most of our guests want to sit on the outside and not on the inside area. Yeah, once again, I'm doing the same work that I was doing in the last episode for the gift shop. I chose the same pieces, almost all the same pieces, and I'm putting these huge windows once again. That I said was reminding me of Rodeo Drive in Las Vegas. Yeah, sure, in Los Angeles. And I give the whole thing a little bit of an expensive and luxurious look. And the next thing I was thinking about was some decoration for the inside. I once again choose these African masks and a lot of these pictures here. No, picture is not this the right word. A lot of these artwork here in the whole cafe, so that it almost looks like a little art gallery. I was thinking about putting some signs underneath the artwork, so that it looks like that it looks more like a gallery, and that you could in theory buy the pictures that were shown here. So that the whole thing would be a little bit of an art gallery, art cafe, or something like that, I might say. And I also put down some plants, and not to forget some bins, because I definitely didn't want our guests to throw down their trash on the inside of the cafe or on the terrace. And yeah, that's why I chose to place those bins on the inside. And what I do most of the times when I'm building stuff with those grid pieces, sometimes you have these awkward gaps between the wall pieces, and I often use them and place some wooden beams or some plaster beams or something like that in those gaps, so that they disappear. Yeah, and also I put down those wooden parts around the building on the inside to give it a little bit more contrast and a nicer look. And then it was time for the windows on the on the upper side of the building, and the final touches, placing down the roof so that the building is finished. And I have to say, you can also get that building once again in my workshop. I saw that many of you did like the gift shop and downloaded it from the workshop and also the Rhino House. So I decided that I'm going to put the cafe in the workshop as well. So you can download it there. Once again, the link is in the video description, so you can click on the link and download it in the workshop. Also, it would be great if you rate the things that I have in my workshop. That would be very much appreciated, and also you can leave a comment if you found it useful and you like the things that I put in the workshop. Yeah, as I said, I also put the Rhino House in the workshop in the last episode, and I'm also going to put in the Aldabra giant tortoise habitat that I'm building in this episode. So you can download that from the workshop as well. And the link is also in the video description. Yeah, and I needed to have some kind of fencing on the terrace of our cafe, so I chose the pieces that we got from the European DLC, which I find very handy and look very nice and fit the whole theme there pretty well. So that was the obvious choice that I was going for. And I think in the end it looks pretty cool. And I really, really, really love how the whole thing looks right here. Just some finishing touches on the outside. Yeah, so if you download the cafe, you can place it on flat terrain. You just have to sink it into the ground a little bit. And if you're going to use it just like me on the lake, then you can use it like that. And you have also the groundwork already that you can sink it into the lake a little bit. And it won't look like the whole thing is floating. And then I wanted to have something like an entrance bow or something like that when our visitors are entering the restaurant. And I decided to use those pieces from the North African DLC. Didn't find the right size in the beginning, but in the end it all worked out. And I found a beautiful bow to put over the whole thing. Yeah, to give it a nice look. I don't know, maybe I'll put down some planters in the future close to those wooden pieces, because that would make sense, but I just don't know if it would look like a little bit too much. So I'm not very sure about that right now, but it might be an option. Yeah, and you guys also might have seen on my channel that I'm doing some videos on Prehistoric Kingdom right now, in addition to the videos that I'm doing for Planet Zoo. The game was released on April 27th, and I have watched a lot of videos and content right before that when the beta version was released. Unfortunately, I was too late to register for the beta version, so I couldn't play beforehand. But yeah, I followed a lot of that stuff, and I was very excited for the game to come out and have the early access version that you can download on Steam right now. Yeah, and if you're interested in that, just have a look at those videos as well, because that game is pretty similar to Planet Zoo when it comes to the controls and being able to be very creative with stuff, and the building mode is almost the same, and Yeah, you can be very, very, very creative and very flexible in building there. It's nothing like Jurassic World Evolution 2, where you don't have creative freedom at all, or just only a slight bit of that. But in Prehistoric Kingdom, you can go nuts as you can go in Planet Zoo. It has to be said that there are not as many pieces as we have in Planet Zoo right now. Of course, it is not that much because, as I said, it is an early access version. This game is about to grow in the future steadily. So yeah, but for an early access version, there's pretty cool stuff that you can already do. Yeah, so once again, if you like, just have a look and just join me building in Prehistoric Kingdom as well. Unfortunately, it's just a German series right now on my channel, but I'm thinking about going to build in an English version as well in the near future, as I'm getting more familiar to the mechanics of the game. Yeah, but back to Planet Zoo and what I'm building right here. This is the second part of the video. I'm building the Aldabra giant tortoise habitat. First of all, I was building a little house for tortoises, once again in the white concrete manner, and giving it a modern looking style, so that it would fit the whole area here and the whole zoo as well. And yeah, using the white concrete, metal beams, and a lot of glass as well. And as I said, you can download the whole habitat from my workshop, so you can use it in your zoos as well. And it is always a little bit funny to me talking about tortoises and turtles. I just don't know the difference between them, because in Germany we don't have a difference between turtles and tortoises. Both of them are called Schildkröten in German. So there's no difference between them. But I guess, and please tell me if I'm wrong on this, is it that tortoises do live on land and turtles do live in the water? Is that the difference between those two, or did I miss a thing and I got it completely wrong? Just let me know in the comment section, because I would be very interested to know what's the difference between both of them. Yeah, but I guess what I'm going to build here is for tortoises. Yeah. Yeah, but with that being said, we did have a turtle as an exhibit animal, and that is called a terrapin. Is that something different as well, or is it just a specific name for this kind of turtle, and it is indeed a turtle and not a tortoise or a terrapin that would be once more a different thing? Yeah, I'm very curious about that. Just teach me something new in the comments, please. Okay, so we are almost finished with the house, I guess. Just doing some work on the entrance, and then we can go to creating the outdoor area, and once more some custom fencing, which I'm very proud of, because the fence that I did for this habitat is pretty cool, and it's very different from the fences that we already did in this zoo or in any of my zoos in general. Yeah, also working on the entrance for our keepers. And I would say Yeah, that's it. The house for our tortoises is ready. Just laying down the path around the habitat. This is a habitat that you are not able to see when you take the train tour. You can only see it when you walk in that area. Yeah, talking about the train tour, something that I did want to mention is we have once again lots of stuff to do in in between of our habitats. We have gaps between the cafe and the tortoise habitat. We have a lot of work to do in the backside of the house, of our wetland house for the, what was it called? The platypus and the Asian small-clawed otters. And we also have a lot of work to do around our tracks for the safari train. So what I was thinking about was, as I didn't want to do an episode like a cleanup episode or something like that, I was thinking about streaming for the first time on Twitch or on YouTube, and I just wanted to know if you guys would be interested to join a stream where I'm doing all of these. This cleanup for our zoo. So if you would like to join me, just let me know in the comments, and I would love to do a stream and to chat with you guys and get to know you guys a little bit better, as my community is growing steadily, which I'm very, very happy about it. And yeah, I think that would be a nice chance to get to get to know you guys a little bit better. So as I said, let me know in the comments if you like to join that, or if you prefer to do it to let me do it off camera. Yeah, and as I didn't want to cover the whole habitat with the new fence, I chose to take those rocks that we already had for, was it the ledgeway? Yeah, for the ledgeways, and also for some other animals, I guess. And also I took the wall pieces from the rhino habitat for those little gaps in between, so that our visitors can still see the lake in the background as well. Yeah, and the only thing that is left to do right now for the habitat is putting down the barriers. I tried to put down the gate for the keepers first, but it didn't work out, so I did it last when I laid down all the barrier work. And now I guess it's time for some terrain work for plants and rocks and color and everything. And that is something that I really, really like to do. And what comes in very handy now is the option that you can make those flat water pieces since the wetland DLC. Or I might say since the update 1.9, because that wasn't part of the wetland DLC, it was part of the update. And as I said, I'm very, very, very happy with that, because tortoises don't swim, they can't swim, and they don't go into the water, and I don't know if they do in those in these flat water area, but I think they might do, and I hope they can drink out of it as well, because usually I don't put in the water pump in the habitat. I did it this time because I know that tortoises are always a little bit difficult when it comes to food and water, because they are so slow. So I chose to be careful and have a water pump in the habitat as well. So no risk here. Yeah, just putting down some of these desert plants and also some of the acacia trees, and make the habitat look nice. And in the end, it's a small habitat, but I'm very happy how it looks. Yeah, especially with the custom fence that I made here with these wooden branches from I think it's the birch tree branches. Yeah, we got them with the North American Animal Pack. And yeah, as I said, I'm very happy. And here you can see you can use things different from what they are thought to be taken for. So yeah, just try out using things for yeah, for different stuff, like those branches for building a fence or something. Be creative. Yeah, the first tortoises arrived, and I did notice that I didn't put down any of the enrichment items or anything for the tortoises, so I had to rush, press pause, and put in everything they would need. Just making sure they could leave the house and didn't have to be stuck in there. And here we are, our animals have arrived, and it will only take like half an hour since they are able to leave the house. These animals are so slow, it is ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so with that being said, we are already close to the end of the episode. We're just having another look at at the habitat for the tortoises that I really love. And as I said in the video, you can download it on a workshop. Just look at the video description and press on the link and enjoy the beautiful habitat. And we're also going to have a look at our cafe once more, check out the inside, and I'm also very happy with it. It looks a little bit simple, but yeah, it's just perfect for this area. And once again, just have another look into the rhino house. I still haven't seen the rhinos go into there, but they are able to. They just don't do it. Yeah, but with that being said, thanks for watching. If you like the video, just give it a like, press the like button, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next episode where we are going to continue to build in our safari zone. And yeah, let me know in the comment section if you would join me when I am streaming Planet Zoo on Twitch or on YouTube. Okay guys, take care, see you next time, bye!